Alright, it's Lewis, and today I'm bringing you a Cinema 4D tutorial, and in this tutorial we're going to be making this sexy little background here. It's just a name, and then we've got a bit of PolyFX on, a little lighting, and we can see that it's got a few. It's just a very nice basic background for you who are new to Cinema 4D. So I'm not going to do one of these horrible tutorials where I just walk you through like when it's already made. No, I'm going to make a new file and we're going to start from scratch. So what we're going to do once we've opened Cinema 4D is go into our render settings. So you can either go into render and edit render settings, or if you're on Cinema 4D R14 it'll be this little button with the cogwheel, but on any Cinema 4D it'll be like the third one with these movie clip things. And then what we're going to do is go into output, change the width to 1920 because it's a background, and the height to 1080 as well, and save it wherever you want to save it. I'm going to save it in my pictures and I'm going to call it background. Yeah, you can see how slow I type. Background tutorial or tut, and then save it as the format. Save it as PNG because in my opinion PNG is the best photo file. So once we've done that we can close that down, and then we can go into MoGraph on our little toolbar up here, Mo text, and then go into object text and then put in whatever you want. You can put in Pooh, Badass, but I'm just going to put in Lewis because that's my name. And then move this over a little bit, and what we're going to do, we're not going to have it face on, we're going to have it slanted. And just because the default Cinema 4D text is CJOUI, it's a little boring, I'm going to change this text to this text that I have downloaded off the internet. I'm not going to try and pronounce it because I know for a fact that I can't pronounce it, and I'm not going to make myself look like Downey, so I'll just leave a link in the description for this font because it's actually quite a sexy font. So then once we've done that, we're going to go into our object, still on Mo text depth, and we're going to change it to 80 just because our text is looking a little anorexic and I like our text to be tubby and everything like that, just like a Teletubbies, because that's my favourite show ever. So once we've done that, we'll go into caps and we'll add a filler cap on the start and add a filler cap on the end. But if we look at it now, it looks like we've just thrown something on top of it and it doesn't look too nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the radius to 4 centimeters and add steps to 3, and do the same for the end, radius 4 centimeters and steps to 3. If we render it out now, you can see that it's more of like curved edges and everything, and it looks a lot nicer. But if you prefer the other way, the original way, where it looks like we've just thrown a bunch of concrete on top of it, you go for that one, you go girl. So then what we're gonna do is go into the bottom left here into our materials little tab. I'm gonna double click to make a material, or we can go into create and new material. So then once we've done that, click on one of the materials that you've just made and choose whatever colour you are. I'm gonna choose a nice light blue, even though the like preview was a red. I'm gonna mix it up a bit and make it light blue, or well, kind of light blue. So then once you've made the colour, in the colours tab we want to come down here to reflection, tick that box and then bring the brightness down to 0%. But then what we're going to do is press texture, the little arrow, go down to Fresnel, and then we're just going to take this down a touch to about 90%. So then that'll do. And then what we're going to do is go into the second material that we made, go back into colour and make this just a bright white, and we're going to do the exact same thing, reflection, tick the box, 0% in the brightness, texture, Fresnel, and bring this down to about 90%. So then that's all good. So then we want to drag on the white to our text object and drag onto the blue. But if we look at this now, we've added 2 colours over here, but if we render it out we've only got the blue on. So to change that to have both the colours on at once, we want to click on the blue, go into selection on the tag and go C1, ensuring that the C is a capital. Then we render it out. Now we can see that it's got a nice little white background, and then the front of it, the face, is blue. Bearing in mind that the back is also blue if we want to have our text backwards like that. It's not blue there. I just made a complete show of myself. Oh well, forget about that please. Don't bring that up in the comment section. So then there's our Lewis. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Just, really? You're going to do this to me? Really? I'm going to zoom out a touch, not zoom in. And then that's all good. So we've got our Lewis there. I'm going to zoom out a bit again. Just because for this next step we want to have a little bit of like leeway for our Lewis. So then we've got our colours and everything on it, it's looking good, but if you've seen on the preview I had a little PolyFX going on here. So to do that we click on our text either on here or on our actual preview screen, go into MoGraph and PolyFX. Drag on PolyFX so it's got the little down arrow and the box, and then once we've done that we want to go into PolyFX, transform, and this x.x, x.y and x.z, we want to change all these to 0. Your text might disappear, but then don't worry about that because we're going to fall off and change the shape into linear, and then we really get this odd little text effect. But to change that we go into, let me find it, we stay in fall off, go orientation, it's on positive Z, we want to change it to minus X, and then we get it like this, and we want to bring it over. Then we render that out. Now we've got that PolyFX going on, but it looks kind of different to what I had going on with my one. So to change that we're going to stay in the PolyFX, the fall off tab, and in this little spline bit, this little graph, I want to right click, spline presets, and I'm going to select square, and then this adds, it makes the text more of a solid really. So then I'm just going to edit this so a bit like that, so it's just got this crack up here, and then we've got the nice little scales coming away and everything there. So then that's that. So then what we want to do is actually go into this little cube area here, go into plane, and because it doesn't really cover the whole text and the whole floor that we want to do, we're just going to change the width, and we're just going to spam on 9 or whatever number you prefer to spam, and then we're going to do the same for the height, just spam on 9 or whatever number you prefer to spam, and then that's all good. It changes the texture of the floor, and then I'm just going to add another 9 because there's a little black bit back there, and then that's that. So then if it wants to come off, we're going to add yet another material, go into colour, drop down from the texture into in the little drop down box, and then hit gradient, and then we're going to go into our gradient and change the black to a kind of dark grey, and then change the white to a black, and then we're going to add like another colour strip, and we're going to change this into a bright grey, and we're going to change the type from 2DU to 2D circular, and then you want to make this this little middle bit here kind of wider, and then we want to bring our black in a little bit just so that's got a little leeway in there too. So then that's looking good to me. So then we want to go off that and then pull that text we've just made onto our plane, and then that'll change the plane a little bit and make it a little bit darker and everything, and that'll help out once we add our light, which we're going to do now. So if you are on Cinema 4D R14, we're going to press this little light bulb, and that'll give us a light, and then we want to press this blue arrow, bring the light back so it covers up the whole text, and we want to move it down just a little bit like that, and then if we render it out now, we've got that nice little text effect where we've got bits of the white being white and then bits of the white actually being black, so it's changed the colour all around. So then once we've done this and you're happy with this, you can edit it a little bit, add some more PolyFX maybe across the top or at the L. All you have to do is like change the orientation from positive X, I believe, to like minus X and stuff like that. So then once you've done that, you want to press this second clip, and then that'll render it out. So then once that's rendered out, you can set it as your background and everything if you wish to do so. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you watched it all, maybe have earned a like or a comment. Tell me if I can improve on something like this, maybe speak clearer, because this is my first tutorial. Made a few mistakes here and there, but you know what, first time, you learn, don't you? So thanks for watching this. I hope you did enjoy. Thanks for watching it all, and I hope I see some of yous with like this background on your PC or laptop or something like that. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all next